Well, it's a beautifully, brilliantly bright, been a frosty morning, bright day. I invited Nick to come down. We decided to do another fishing trip together and decided to bring him to this particular waterway where I've been doing some trotting, as you guys know. And yeah, hopefully, if we do not catch today, I said to Nick that we probably should take up golf.
Yeah.
But I mean, the river, I had so much rain in my locality last night. I mean, I say last night, it started around about 1 p.m. and then just didn't stop. The river is up. It's a little bit coloured, but it's not too bad, is it?
No, it looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Yeah.
About 6 inches of visibility. Lovely looking little river.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to. Really appreciate you inviting me down.
Yeah, you're welcome. And
fantastic.
Hopefully get amongst, as I say, a few fish. I've got a trotting gear with me today, and so has Nick, and we both got our leisure rods too. You know, link leisure, set up quiver tips. But yeah, it'd just be nice. I thought, get out together, have another trip together. Nice conditions. Obviously, we're coming up to. Not that long before the season's unfortunately over, and we've lost a lot of time really in between that, with, as I'm sure you guys have, with the terrible storms and rainfall.
Oh, it's been horrendous, hasn't it?
It's been awful.
Horrendous.
It's been,
River's pretty much unfishable most of the time.
Yeah, exactly.
And then as soon as they start to run off, it rains again. And they're back coloured. And
wettest February since records began. So what can you do? But hopefully we put men's to it today and have a few fish between us.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
really looking forward to it.
No, it's going to be good. I really do hope it lives up to how it has been fishing on previous trips. But I mean, you're going to be using maggots and bread and stuff.
Yeah, maggots, bread, worms, usual stuff really.
Okay.
Been really looking forward to do some trotting. I've been wanting to do some at home, as you know, for a while, but the river's just been not even legible, let alone float fishing. But
because I know from the pictures you've been sending me on Instagram of your Warwickshire Avon and that with boats in the fields.
Yeah, I mean, it's been horrendous, really bad. But it's been the same for everybody. I mean, it's just us. We can not go fishing. I mean, other people have lost their homes, haven't they? So
that's it.
You got to put it into perspective. But it's wrecked our hobby for a month. But other people have had it worse. But hopefully it's all over with now. Summer's on the way. Fingers crossed.
Exactly. I mean, I tell you what, considering it was a frosty morning at the moment, it's so warm. It's very spring-like.
Beautiful now, isn't it? Yeah, chiseling the frost off the windscreen a few hours ago, but now I'm literally starting to sweat.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we've apportioned and decided on swims. So whilst you won't see Nick necessarily fishing in the swim I'm in, and you won't. If I can get it right, you won't see Nick in my swim, and
vice versa.
Yeah. I'm getting
That's
stuck
the easy
there,
way
aren't
to
I?
say
Yes. Rather than get tongue-tied for the next 10 years. So we'll be fishing separate swims, and hopefully, I mean, he's got a keep net with him, I've got my keep net. Hopefully we'll get a nice mixture of dace, chub, hopefully some nice roach, and, just have a thoroughly enjoyable time.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Anyway,
see you down there.
See you down there, guys.
Well, guys, as I mentioned, big thanks to Mark for inviting me down to this lovely little river. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm sat next to a sort of outflow, and it's banging through at the moment, as you can imagine, with all the rain we've been having. The water, as we mentioned, looks like a really nice colour, and I'm just fishing. Mark's put me in this swim where the river is coming from this direction, it's coming down here, and this outflow is just to my right. I'm just going to run a float through here for a few hours, see what we can do. Got my trusty Centrepin there. Got my Erdwin quiver rod set to 11 foot. It's only a very small river. I'm just going to run a stick float round for the moment. Done a bit of trotting in my time when I get the chance. Do enjoy it. Size 18 hook on. Just going to start with maggots. Just put some free offerings in and let's say run the float round here. See how we get on. Well, guys, as you can see, I've moved. I wasn't doing very well up there at all. Just below the inflow pipe. As you saw, Mark was doing really well. bream, rudd, some lovely roach, some big gudgeon. But unfortunately, I didn't get a single bite. I tried for an hour and a half. I tried everything I could think of. I was trotting, running the float through. I put it in the slack on the other side, deep, shallow. I even went on the link ledger and feeder in the end. And I haven't had so much as a suck maggot. All I can think, because of this extra water that's on, perhaps the water coming out of that overflow is a little bit warmer, or, you know, obviously, clearly, it's, you know, have a little bit more oxygen in it. But it was very strange. There didn't seem to be any fish at all in that spot I was fishing. So I've come a little bit further downstream. There's not too many spots here. It's a bit of jungle warfare going on. But I'm going to have a go here. I'm going to try and run a float through. If I can't manage that, I'll get on a link ledger, I think, and we'll have a go. It's rather overgrown, as you can see. But exactly the sort of fishing I love. Right, let's give it a go. Well guys, there we are. It's a very snaggy swim, not surprisingly. First fish is a little chub. I had a bite, fantastic. I've been here about five minutes or so, something like that, so that bodes well. So guys, I've had a couple of little chub in here. It's all gone a bit dead. So I've just had to wander up to see Mark, and he said he's going to have a break and have some lunch and stuff. So he's invited me to have a 20-minute dabble in his swim. I'm not going to say no, because he's been catching quite a few in there. Plus, it'll keep the swim going whilst he's having something to eat. So I'm going to nip up there for 20 minutes. There's a few other spots to have a go at along here, but it is very overgrown. I mean, as you can probably see, swim choice is very, very limited. If I point you downstream there, you'll see what I mean. Swim choice is very limited, but we'll stick it out for a bit here. Like I say, I'm going to have a 15 or 20 minutes in Mark's swim, kindly offered, and then we'll perhaps go and have a look a little bit further upstream, because there's not a lot downstream by the looks of it. Anyway, let's get up there and get cracking. I had this float on earlier, but then it was. I might need to take a shot off. It really shot it. And then it couldn't really cope over there. I put a bigger one on and then just put it back on. It's a little bit under the water. Oh, there you go. Definitely not my maggot.
Looks like it could be a roach jumping by the fire.
Trying to get itself in the keep net.
Oh, it is, mate. Very nice. Really, brambles a bit. Oh, it's quite a nice fish.
Well, with a bit of bramble.
Oh, very nice.
Lovely, isn't it?
Lovely.
There you go, guys. 2 minutes in the right place. That's great. Beautiful. Is that where it shallows up?
Yeah, shows up just off that edge. Fine, as long as it keeps like to the mid-channel or even right across the other bank. It's quite good. Yeah.
Yeah, nice one.
Oh, is that a roach?
Yeah.
It's a nice one, isn't it?
Wow. Wow. There we go. Another beauty. Fantastic. Well guys, as you can see, back, and I'm back amongst the chub. That's brilliant. Great fun. I found a few fish. I'm going to give it another half an hour or so here and then perhaps try one of the other spots. Great fun. Well, this fella looks like he's had a bit of a run-in with somebody. Great fun. Of course, big net of fish. Fantastic. That's about the biggest of the bunch. decided to move on because the bites have gone really sparse. I don't think I've had a bite for about 15 minutes or so. So time to move on. Oh, one more. Off you go. Well guys, as you can see, returned to the same swim, done a few more swims without any success, and sort of run out of swims really. So I'm back, and 2 or 3 trots through, and we've had little chub. It is only a very short section of river here that there's access to, so very limited number of swims and very overgrown, as you can see. I've tried, as I say, a few more swims with no success. I even popped back to the original swim, again with no success. So I've dropped back in here. Oh, that's a good gin. The size of that. That's a good gin. Wow. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful creatures. Well, I should have stayed before, but I'm sure resting the swim for probably best part of an hour has done it good. We're in again now. Fantastic. Don't think Mark's fished this far down. I shall have to tell him about this swim. Although it's not a very long trot, as you've seen. It's only a few metres. There seem to be some fish here. There we go, that's a better fish. Beautiful. Well, that's a great sign. It's the first roach from here. First roach I've had out of this swim. It's one of those, you'd hope there was several more. I'm sure with the light dropping, you probably see the light behind me. It's getting on now, and the sun's just starting to creep towards the horizon. So the light's dropping a little bit, the light levels, so sure that'll help a little bit too. Well guys, how's about that in the evening sunlight? Absolutely stunning. Tiny waterway roach. Awesome. Oh. Well guys, wow. Just wow. Fantastic. Well, shadows are getting longer, but the roach are getting bigger. Fantastic, look at that beauty. I'll get my fingers out of the way. Fantastic. Why didn't I just stay here earlier? Hindsight's a wonderful thing though, isn't it? Well guys, that's about that one. Biggest one of the day for me so far. Fantastic. Loving this, loving every minute. Well guys, keeps getting better. This is superb. Unfortunately the light's going to beat us, I think, because this swim is just absolutely rocking now. Fantastic. Well guys, still coming. It's getting on now, the sun's gone down. But I'm going to fish on, I think, till I can't see the float anymore. Which is not far off, to be honest, in my eyes. Well guys, there's another one. I'm going to call it time on that. I can see. Another little chub to finish off. That was wonderful. Some fantastic fish there. Really, really enjoyed that in the end. Right. It's getting pretty dark here. Do these fish some justice. I'm just going to get the light, put the light on the camera, and then we'll have a look. Well guys, what a fantastic net of fish. Absolutely wonderful. Careful. Superb. Beautiful roach. Biggest roach I've caught for a very long time. From such a small river as well. It's absolute beauty in here. Wow. Just picking out the bigger ones just to show you. Fantastic. Absolutely superb. It's lovely fish in here. What a waterway. Tiny little waterway. And that's the bigger ones. Set these fellas back. That's it. All done. Fantastic.
We've had a thoroughly enjoyable trip. It was the swim that I was in. I tell you what, they didn't stop feeding, did it?
It's crazy, wasn't it?
Absolutely mental. Some absolutely
fantastic.
Was fantastic. Some cracking roach, chub, gudgeon, nice bream as well, and the rudd. But the swim that I suggested to Nick, which is a swim that you've seen on my previous videos, and if you're watching one of the videos that's gone live tonight, it's on there too, and it's usually bob on. And I said to him, "You want to go in that swim? You know, I've had up to 14 pounds of fish in there." And blow me, if you couldn't even get a bite on it,
no,
could you?
I didn't even. I was sucked and get nothing. I tried everything.
I was adjacent to him. I was thinking to myself, "Oh my, I've really done him a disservice. What are you so and so's doing, not feeding?" But thankfully, you went further downstream and you started bagging up fish of chub, including lovely roach.
Yeah, I ended up. I had that first session down there, and then it all went quiet. So I thought I'll go for a bit of a mooch around, and didn't really do too well. But then, with it being limited swims, it dropped back in there, and it absolutely went crazy. It was fantastic.
I mean, I popped down to you, and he was. Oh, I don't think at one point the float wasn't in the water barely more than 3 seconds.
Just down. Yeah, it was. They were really, really going for it. But it was. There's clearly something going on there where that water comes in. Yes. They don't like it above it. They like to be in the water that's below, whether it's temperature or food or what it is.
Because it's very possible. Because I mean, as you've probably seen, I mean, it was like Battle of the Somme. Both the spots that we've been in today. I tell you what,
shins in.
Yeah, God,
silt and mud,
literally down above the ankles, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, so it's been quite flooded. As any of you, if you're trying to get out on your rivers, know how bad it is at the moment. And I think that's probably what done for that swim. I think it was just too flooded, maybe too cold in that spot, like you said.
Yeah, I don't know, but they clearly wanted to be in that water that was coming out of that overflow,
Exactly.
rather than the actual river itself, which is what prompted me really as well to go further down. I thought, well, clearly you want to be in there, let's go down there.
Exactly. And it's cool. So as I said, I was sat there thinking, oh no, it's, you know, I always say it, I said it last time, last time that we fished together. Well, the first time we fished together, I should say, on the Blackwater, I thought to myself, oh, you know, it's always a bit edgy when you have a guest, I should say, a friend down. And are they going to catch? Are they not going to catch?
You want them to catch, don't you, when you have someone down here? You really want, more than you yourself, you really want that person to catch.
That's it. And I phoned you up from when I was in my swim, and you said, oh, I'm bagging up now. I was like, yeah.
Got to that. No, I had a brilliant time. Really appreciate the invite.
You're welcome. Really on top of that, you've been not able to get out in your rivers.
It's been rubbish. The rivers have been rubbish, and I've had lurgy, and I've been out for over a month now.
So quite a while.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've had an enjoyable time. We hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, do watch our respective films on Avon Angling UK and Fishing for Memories. They got both different viewpoints, obviously, because we're fishing separate swims. We can't film each other always. Nick did actually come, thankfully. I've got to say this. Nick did come down into my swim and have a little trot, because I did say, I don't think you believe me straight off. I did say to him, I didn't feel too good, didn't I?
I thought you were just trying to get me to fish your swim, to be honest.
Exactly. And I was honestly, I didn't feel too good at all. I was getting like a bit of chest pains. I got to say, someone did say on my videos just today, this guy's always ill. It's one of those things. But yeah, I went literally.
You nearly went.
I passed out nearly. Yeah. You know, and luckily Nick was there, and he got some food out of my bag and gave me that. I think my diabetes
sorted you out, didn't it?
Yeah, it was playing up, but yeah, so it's really good. And you had a few fish out the swim there.
It's a lovely roach as well. Thank you very much.
It's welcome. It's just great, you know. Nice to be out. Nice to get a few fish. Nice to find a river as well. I've got to say this, and I think Nick, you'll agree with me. Nice to find a river that's got a massive head of fish.
Yeah.
You know, shoals of fish.
Yeah. Definitely, they were queuing up down there, weren't they?
It's a rare thing as well, isn't it?
No, that's right. You're right. It's a shame. I'm sure a lot of rivers used to be like this, but things have changed.
Exactly. I mean,
and it's not. And this is a bit of an oasis, really.
It is a bit of an oasis. It's something a little bit special, to say the least. Anyway, if you have enjoyed our videos, do take time to click on the thumbs up button on both our channels, and always, you know, you can always message Nick on his Facebook page and his Instagram page, and myself on my Instagram page. So if you have liked the videos, give them a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to either of our channels, you know what to do. Hit the bell icon, that's bing bong, and you'll be kept up to date with all our latest uploads. It's been a pleasure, as always, fishing together. It's been a pleasure to bring you guys another video. It's getting chilly now, so we're going to head off home. We hope you've enjoyed it.
It's like a sauna here now with all this steam. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you very soon.
See you very soon. Take care.